I feel bad for that dude, Love, because it's a tough day for him right now. I called him Cam by accident, and then we said maybe his name should be Can instead, like trash can. But
Yeah.
nah, he was the boy. He squeezed the ball a little bit tight last night.
All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Card Talk. I'm Ryan, joined as always by Tyler and Lou. Today's episode, we're going to go over a bunch of different stuff. We're going to talk about the Masters. I know Tyler is fired up for golf season. We're going to talk about the gem rate numbers posted yesterday about some of the card companies and how many cards they've graded in the last month. We will talk about the U.S. World Cup draw. We've got plenty of Facebook questions as usual, and then we'll get into play of the week. But first, we're going to start with what's on your mind. Tyler and Lou are both not paying attention, but Tyler was the first person to look at the camera, so we'll let Tyler go first.
It's not true.
I was just making notes about what was on my mind.
Same.
Yeah.
Last night's game, opposite. You want to see my notes? Notes.
That's directly in your face, right?
In your face, right?
You should apologize right now.
I feel bad for that dude, Love, because it's a tough day for him right now.
Lou, what'd you say his name was?
No, that's not nice to say. He just lost a national championship. We're not doing that.
I called him Cam by accident, and then we said maybe his name should be Can instead, like trash can. But
Yeah.
nah, he was the boy. He squeezed the ball a little bit tight last night, and they had the lead down the stretch. They were up 1, I think, with like a minute and 37 seconds to go, and then that big boy made a big bucket. He was big. McCormick is like another level of human on the court.
Yeah, he's really
so that
big.
game, it's Champions League today, tomorrow. Masters starts Thursday. Aussie GP this weekend.
It's a Tyler week. Big Tyler week.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like in my bag. Life's good. That's what's on my mind. I was doing a lot of Joao Felix searching on eBay. A lot of overpriced cards on there. But may pick up a Felix Kaboom, if I'm being frank.
Wow.
Big day in NFT land today. It's a lot of veefriends stuff, maybe some sneaky inner sports stuff happening. Devin Booker just continues to go crazy. I'm so sad I don't have a Devin Booker purple Prizm. That's what I got.
They're like blowing everyone out of the water in the West, right? They're just by far the best team.
Yeah.
The Grizzlies are pretty good. They're really good without Ja. I've watched a couple Grizzlies games. They're good. They're really good.
Isn't their record like doing better without Ja?
Yes.
The last time I saw it was 15-2 without Ja.
I mean, like the Suns are 62-16. That's like borderline, like historically good.
Yeah, that's
we've
really
just
good.
been so confused by what the Warriors have done.
Yeah,
over like the last 10 years that like the notion of what is a good season
is all messed up.
Yep.
Yeah, they were pushing. What they got, like 73 wins or something?
Yeah, they broke the record.
Yeah. Yes, at PJ.
16. The Grizzlies are 55-23, and they're 9-1 in their last 10.
Crazy.
Playoffs are.
And I saw something. What's crazy is the Warriors are the 3 seed at the moment, and they have one of the top 5 worst records since the All-Star break. They're 15-29. You know who's not good?
Suns Jazz is gonna be a really good first round matchup if that's how that sticks.
I thought it was Clippers that they were shaping up, is what Nate was telling me. He said, or maybe he just doesn't want the Clippers.
I think he doesn't want the Clippers. It could be the Timberwolves. The Jazz and the Wolves are separated by a game. There's only like 4 left or whatever. So,
you know who's not good? The Lakers.
True, they stink.
And
Magic went at him, I think, the other day.
Side
about
note,
how they should have had DeRozan.
Side note, I would love somebody that I don't follow the NBA on a close enough daily basis to know, but a lot of
true.
How are the Thunder continuously always how are they always bad? They pick in the top 10 in the lottery every single week or every single year, and
They're
it's
tanking.
But every year, are they ever going to be good?
It's been 2 or 3 years, right?
But they've got 40 draft picks.
Didn't they have Paul George literally 2 years ago?
No
3 years ago.
I bet it was 5.
No shot.
2017. I don't
It
think
was like
that's
when
right,
KD was like balling with Russ back in like COVID fucked your whole shit up.
That's
All
funny.
right, hold on. Overview.
2018, he
Bro.
was there. 4 years ago, he was there.
Okay,
All right,
4. You said 3. I said 5. It's not like
You
I was
said
like
5.
that far off.
So it's like Price is Right. You were wrong.
Yeah,
I was,
you lose.
You're out. I get the car, and that's how it goes.
God kitties.
You're tanking. That's how it goes.
Again.
The NBA is annoying because it's like there's like 5 really good. There's like 3 or 4 really good teams, and then there's like 12 teams that are horrible.
Yeah, it just seems like a lot of the teams that are in the lottery each year are picking in the lottery every year. I just wonder, like, are they going to get better?
How about this for chatter? Look up the Mavs record of late.
They're 6-4 in the last 10, and they're 4th in the West.
Luka's really getting hot, huh?
What are they like in the last 25 or since the All-Star game? I think they're the best team in the league since the first of the year.
Right. What's the Mavs record in their last 23 games?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me.
Point being, I'm
All
pretty
right.
sure they're one of the best teams in the league since the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And
Since, like,
Luka's
All-Star
like
break,
playing
right?
like an MVP. Yeah.
Yeah, Luka's out of control. That's another good matchup in the playoffs. There's gonna be a lot of good playoff matchups. Anyway, what's on my mind? Australian GP. I'm focused. I'm wondering if
Car
maybe
Talk
there's-
Live, 2 a.m.
Are
we
we
doing
thinking
it?
about doing that?
That's when
I
the
don't-
break should be.
Well, we have to figure that out too. Let's get around to that. I think that's a great idea, but let's get around to that. Australian GP. I think the race starts at 1. It lights out at 1 a.m. Eastern time. So that'll be something.
I love lights out. I love
Yeah,
lights
lights
out
out.
as a term.
Just when he, I also like when the announcer says it. He's like, "Lights out and away we go."
Yeah, it's the best.
It's
awesome.
fantastic.
It's the best. It's a great sport. I'm excited about that. I'm thinking about Daniel Ricciardo maybe having a nice weekend. We'll see. McLaren's struggling.
Interesting.
We'll see. Most likely be Charles and Max again.
Shaz.
Charles, but I'm excited. So that's where I'm at. Oh, I also watched Wrestlemania this weekend. I love wrestling so much. It's too hard to watch.
How was it?
It was actually enjoyable. I watched Sunday more than Saturday. I enjoyed myself. I'm also a casual fan, so I'm sure there's people who watch wrestling every week who didn't like the booking, didn't like that Logan Paul was in it, didn't like that Pat McAfee was in it. All the celebrities, they don't like that stuff typically.
But they're also like the stars of the show. Like Logan, like when I watch, like feels like he's a pretty good wrestler.
He's definitely like he has talent. He's a entertainer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's how people get. Like when celebrities come into the wrestling, the hardcore fans are typically not into it.
Got it.
But it was really good. Return of Cody Rhodes, all that good stuff. WWE Prizm. Shout out to my wrestling people.
Seems like the same type of trend when people of influence get into sports cards.
It's almost like people who like something don't like it when famous people come into their thing. That's weird.
Yeah, they like to keep it the same.
Keep it the same. Yep.
Yep. Change is hard.
I think it's more they want their cake and eat it too.
Yes. Interesting.
That's true.
Meaning, anyone that hates on famous people for coming into the hobby, I'm pretty sure would rather have made the money or had the increase in value that they've had over the last 3 years while not having those people around.
And not having the extra attention.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. What's on my mind? Card shows, for sure. In some travel season.
Shipshawani?
Yeah, Chip Shawana. In travel season right now. Went there.
And Chanta Clayty, right?
What?
What's the other one called? Chanta something?
Chantilly?
Chantilly, that.
Yeah, so went to Shipshawana. Great show out in the middle of nowhere, Indiana. It's a fantastic show run by good people. It was packed. Went to a mall show last Friday. Supposed to go to Iowa City. Our flight was delayed, so we were going to miss our connection. So had to improvise and drove up to Mentor, which is like north of Cleveland. It was like 2 hours, 45 minutes. Went to a mall show and then drove back Friday night and had a 6 a.m. flight to Chantilly, Virginia, just outside of D.C., packed. Awesome show, CSA show. The same people that run the CSA show in Virginia run the CSA show in Philly. Well, like it's CSA, but like they run the Philly show and the Chantilly show. some crazy autograph guests like Chase Young, Dak Prescott, Allen Iverson, Terry McLaurin, Zeke, CD Lamb, Jalen Waddle, DK Metcalf. Like it was pretty good. I've never seen a show with that kind of autograph guests. That's a pretty substantial list, but show is packed. Definitely got.
I feel like those are all your people.
Hmm?
Like I literally feel like that list of auto people is like everyone that like you, Ryan Johnson, specifically love.
No, Jalen Waddle, definitely not. He's an Alabama and a
Okay,
Dolphin.
that was like one of like 9 people.
Trying to have a nice moment here, right? Like unbelievable.
Okay. Run back all the names. Run back some of the
Zeke.
names.
Yeah.
Zeke.
Oh yeah. Scary
Keep going.
Terry.
Yeah.
Terry McLaurin.
Keep going.
Chase Young. Dak
Yeah.
Prescott.
Keep going. Okay.
Dak
Keep going.
Prescott.
Yeah.
Allen Iverson. Never mentioned him once.
Okay, fine.
Okay. You had 3 dudes out of like 6.
Yes, there were 3 boys there, and my guy, Adrian Peterson. It was awesome.
My guy.
My guy, Adrian Peterson.
Jeez.
No, AP was super cool. So when I met AP, right? Quick story. Got to shake his hand. And it is an aggressive handshake. It is a look you dead in the eyes and shake your hand as hard as like a firm ass handshake. It is 10 out of 10 handshake. And I posted a picture with AP on Instagram and someone said, "Did you get the famous AP handshake?" So apparently it's like a thing.
He
and
just
it's
has a
like
firm shake.
It's yeah, I mean like it was like yeah, it was
He doesn't
it was
play
well
games.
out. No.
As an aside, just like the 3 of us talking trust tree stuff, handshakes are tough because you never know how hard you want to go, but you don't want to go too soft either because then it's like, why won't this person shake my hand? But if you go too hard, you could hurt somebody, and you don't want to be the guy who's doing the hard handshake, or you just lean into it like AP clearly has, and you're just the super hard handshake guy.
Yeah, he's the super hard handshake guy.
I feel like AP was brought up in a like
sure.
you look a man in his eyes and shake his
Hyper
hand.
masculine
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah,
Like,
that's definitely how AP
like
was
you
brought up.
look that
For
man in his eyes and you shake that man's hands.
Respect.
Yes. Yeah, very old school.
Yeah.
Yeah, but show was popping. Show was busy. It was a fun time. Hopefully be on the road here the next couple weeks, but card shows, man, they're alive. It's crazy to walk in one on Saturday and just see people just all like they're packed. It's cool to see.
I think
And a lot of sales are happening.
We're definitely buying. Yeah, we're definitely buying. I set up right, and I don't take cards to sell. We go to look to buy stuff more than we do sell. So I don't have like the full experience there, but a lot of the dealers we talk to.
Favorite pickup?
I bought a Jim Brown PSA 5 rookie in the mall on Friday. That was pretty cool. And then I bought an Adam Vinatieri one. I actually think I have it. Hold on, I'll show you. Yeah, I have my pickups here. I was going to record a little YouTube video later. I picked this up. We'll give the folks here a little preview. This is a 101 game used 9.5 Adam Vinatieri flawless dual patch auto.
Fire.
So pick that up. Thought that was really cool. Right, just don't see a lot of him. He was a Patriot. It's in a Colts uniform. I understand that, but one of the all-time greats. Kicks some of the biggest kicks in NFL history. So thought that was cool.
I'm more of a Robbie Gould guy, but that's just me.
Yeah, well, he stinks. So
wow.
Interesting take.
It's a shot at Robbie Gould for no reason. Guy had a nice
career. It was the opposite of stinks, but understood.
I feel like we should talk Masters because I know Tyler's excited about it. I'm excited about it. I need some futures for the week, so I have something to think about. So,
guys, golf is back, and golf is big. Golf never went anywhere, but golf is exploding.
Ty said golf
Masters.
is back.
I need to go, but culturally, golf is hot. Golf is on fire. That's definitely happening. You'll see it this year. Tiger is playing somehow, some way. The guy had half a leg. They were going to cut it off. Now he's playing the Masters like within 13 months. I don't know. It's kind of crazy, but he's there.
He's doing the par 3 tournament or something, isn't he? Like, isn't he thinking?
He's doing the whole thing.
It makes no sense.
He's playing in the whole tournament.
Makes no sense.
They were going to cut his leg off like yesterday. It's going to be a fun tournament. I got a couple long shots is what I wrote down. Daniel Berger Coke and a burger. My man Will Zalatoris. Bubba always has a strong showing. I think Jay Spieth may get in the mix.
That's my guy.
And yeah, I think Jay Spieth, like he's got, if he wins one of these Masters in the next couple of years, he's got a whole new like life.
I'm a
coming for him.
huge Spieth guy.
Big comeback story for that man. If he wins, it's comeback story to the moon.
I love it.
The Masters is amazing, but I want to say one thing about both the Masters and March Madness. Because of the whole like work from home, not as much like office culture vibe anymore, I feel like the old Thursday, Friday, at least of like opening March Madness weekend and things like the Masters have lost their allure a little bit of like escapism because everyone can just watch everything anytime.
I thought it was the complete opposite.
Really?
I was so into Thursday, Friday, March Madness because I was able to like actually, because I was at my desk and like no one was bothering me. I could actually watch the games. You know what I mean? But I get it, like the community aspect of it, especially at Facebook, it's a big thing.
Yeah, it's like, oh, like everyone's kind of quasi working today because the games
right.
are
It's like
on.
not
like,
really, but you're
sneak out like team lunch randomly scheduled for this Thursday, like like just like the classic plays. And,
is that a 4-hour lunch on the schedule?
Yeah, doctor's appointment till 1:30. Like, what are you talking about? So yeah, I don't know. There's a little seemingly less of that for me.
I want to say something about golf too that maybe you'll be able to answer this for me, and I know you don't you don't agree with me, but I'm gonna state a fact.
Interesting.
The golf cards are just not as hot as they should be, in my opinion.
Golf cards are not as hot. Don't have as much action on them as they should.
There's not as much juice on them. There's not as much energy against them. I don't see them on social, like all that stuff, right? Yeah. Golf as a community is like very out here. Like the golf apparel is blowing up.
Yeah.
Like the golf, everything is everywhere all the time. I can't figure out why it hasn't translated into the collectibles yet. Yeah, I think that's right, because the apparel is the part that got me, because I was like, oh, there's all these brands popping up that are like streetwear brands basically that are becoming golf brands.
And golfers are like ridiculous collectors, like the amount they'll pay for a hat with a fucking logo on it for no reason.
They'll pay $5 gazillion for the Masters windbreaker.
People join clubs just to walk around and say they belong to this club. They don't even ever play there.
Shout out Nate.
Yep. It's just a matter of time until they realize, oh, this card situation thing over here.
Yeah. I also think it needs higher quality cards. The one that came out.
I would agree with that.
Not the best.
Well, let's see. Spieth PSA. Quick eBay lookup. I mean, they got the 2016 Topps Chrome first pitch.
First pitch?
Yeah, he threw out the ball at the Red Sox game.
I would buy that card.
It's like 2016.
If I was a Red Sox fan and I like Jordan Spieth, I would 100% buy that card.
Yeah. They got some good numbers.
Yeah. Anyway.
$1,500
I just feel like there's
25 PSA 10.
There's so many data points of like golf should be hotter. It's just not happening yet.
Yeah. This Spieth sign, this is pretty fire.
Actually. I just don't think anybody moves the needle like Tiger does. That's why those guys just aren't Tiger. They just it's Tiger and everybody else.
Don't you think people could say that about like F1 if they wanted to? They could be like, man, Lewis and Max, no one moves the needle but them, right?
Tiger really is that dude, but let me just share this real quick. Oh, man, let me see. Window. Chrome
right,
tab.
like if people are into these characters, it doesn't matter like that they're not as big as Tiger.
That's pretty sweet.
And they are. Like people love Jordan Spieth. People love Will Zalatoris or whatever his last name is.
His badge. This is pretty fire.
All right, we're just listening to Tyler read eBay.
Yeah, talk about golf. All right, let's
you asked.
Let's get into.
But no, the eBay listings was a little tough.
Let's get into the Facebook questions. Okay, so there's a bunch of them. They're from. If you guys have not submitted, you can always submit questions via the Facebook group for Card Talk Pod. So Jeff Galloway says, wondering how the guys feel about.
Does this guy own this company, Jay? Go ahead, Ty.
All right, Facebook questions. Boom. Jeff Galloway. Wondering how the guys feel about giving a new grading company a chance and if they would consider trying a different company. I've been using FCG good price, nice slabs, tough graders. Would you consider trying them? Short answer, long answer. I have no interest.
None, zero.
Yeah,
Feels
for
like
a
a
whole-
plug.
For a whole lot of reasons. Does feel like a little bit of a plug. Respect to Jeff, but feels like a little bit of a plug. And there's enough. I can't do the new grade. There's a new grading company every week, and for me personally, I'm going to stick with what I know, which is PSA, BGS, SGC, and consider CSG. Maybe we'll see.
I
That's
couldn't
my
agree
perspective.
more. Couldn't agree more with what Lou said. Yep.
Jay, feels like that question, just slid through your radar, but we can keep moving.
Go ahead, Ryan. Read the next question.
Jesse Goski. What do you guys think will be the hottest product or sport at the National this year? Baseball, basketball, football, soccer, F1, Marvel, Zerocool, veefriends, Jackass, Vintage, Other. I've said it before, and I'll continue to say it because I know that world better. Like, I think it's football. I think it's Joe Burrow. I think it's Josh Allen, and I think it's Justin Herbert. I think those are going to be the three biggest names. I was in Chantilly this weekend. Anytime I asked the table, hey, what's been hot? Those are the three names I keep seeing. I think if you see any young basketball players at the time win a championship or be close, I think their stuff's going to be a little different, right? The finals are in June, I think. So if Luka gets a ring, Tatum gets a ring, Morant gets a ring, something like that, I think their stuff could be hot there going into next season. But I think the answer is football. Again, that's the world I know the best, so I'm definitely going to say it's quarterbacks, football, that kind of stuff.
I agree that it'll probably one of the big three. It'll most likely be football. If I can make a bold prediction, I think UFC has been slowly building a lot of momentum in the last few months. 2022 just came out. The new set just came out. I think there's a lot of energy going towards the UFC thing. It's hard for me to see if it's like organic or if people are pushing at it or not. But I think that has a shot as well come August.
So, first thing that comes to mind, yes, Ryan's take football. It's just because of the timing. Like, that is like, all right,
Yeah.
Football is gearing up. Basketball, I don't think so. I don't think basketball, I think modern basketball is in a really tough and dead spot. I'll say dead, what have you. Obviously, there's things happening, but there's just been so much for all the amazingness, the way that NBA has navigated the last 2 years. There's so much noise in the league right now. And in a world where LeBron's about to miss the playoffs, I just think basketball is in a lull and needs this summer some time away, a little bit of reset, a little bit of passing the torch of LeBron to some of these new stars, to your point, Ryan. But, like if the Bucks go and do it, we're getting into a weird territory, for Giannis and all that. But I would be hard pressed to believe we're not going to be annoyed with the amount of World Cup chatter that goes on at the National. So once of every 4 years event, it will be pretty much, 3 months ahead of then. And I think when it comes to prospecting and these kind of moments, I think there's going to be an insane amount of footy at the National and a lot of prospecting up for the World Cup. And I think you'll see a lot of American guys. I think Pulisic will be super hot. I think Gio Reyna will be super hot. We just saw that gym report. Young guys like Mukoku, Musiala, some of the young English dudes, Joao Felix. I think there's just a lot that's going to be happening with the sport at National and a lot of like World Cup bump chatter. And then sneaky, look, I texted the other night during the Grammys. Baseball, I think is just has a foothold in this world. And the text that I sent was that Bieber was performing on stage with a backwards baseball hat on, and the MLB logo was front smack and center. And it's just like, no matter what, it's hard to rid baseball out of the culture right now. Like the Yankee logo, the Dodger logo, just like, yeah, it's real. And it has such a tie to kind of the collecting. And one of the things about like golf you mentioned, why isn't golf hotter? people that collect a lot of golf stuff, scorecards, pencils, hats, apparel, like it's just not a thing like that's known, or it's a very young market. Like golf cards or like baseball cards are the foundation of the entire hobby, and I'm starting to realize that a little bit more. So I won't sleep on baseball. It just doesn't do much for me. That's my long-winded answer to that question.
Cool. All right, Adrian Square Garden says, for Ryan, it's clear to see SGC has made significant strides this year. Give us some pointers on what kind of cards to look for when submitting to SGC. So a lot of what I've submitted is the stuff that like people wanted to grade, that like makes sense to grade and has like just didn't make sense to send at the price points that PSA was at for a while, like the 150 to 350 type range. But a lot of like what I'll do is like when I think a card might make sense to grade, I'll check like eBay sold listings. So that oftentimes is where I'm starting on stuff like what does it sell for as an SGC 9, 9.5, 10? What's it sell for as a PSA 9, PSA 10? Like I'm checking eBay sold listings on stuff, but typically like the things I'm looking to grade are serial number, rookies, or color of the top 25 players in football, 25 players in basketball, upcoming rookies, legends, like unique things. That's typically where I'll start. So, yeah, that's what I got. You guys differ on that at all?
I agree. I think I'm just increasingly interested in SGC, and I'm interested in watching what happens with them. Like Gemrate, again, shout out Gemrate. I like to look at their top submitted cards as well for SGC because I think it's an insight into like this is the cheap entry point. These are where people are trying to grade right now. I just love watching SGC, and I want to submit to them more and more and more and more.
I'll report back. I have a big submission going out in the probably next 10 business days.
Chris Adams said 2022 baseball is about to be loaded with a lot of big name rookies. Better to invest in a player or sealed wax?
I would buy Topps Chrome baseball and like wait on it. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily. It depends. I guess it depends. Like some of it's so cheap, right? Like I think 2022 flagship. I think you can get like Wander rookies out of a blaster you get for $20 at Topps, and there's a lot of those floating around. So I don't know. I guess it depends on the person, but out of currently released products, I'd probably go singles. But overall, I'd be waiting for better wax to come out.
Didn't a huge prospect just get named to opening day roster?
Julio Rodriguez, yeah, from the Mariners.
And Spencer Torkelson and
tons. Torque, but Julio was a big one yesterday. Bobby Witt, Jeremy Pena, shout out to the Astros. A lot of good rookies coming up this year.
The level of prospecting in baseball is insane.
It's unlike any other
and
sport.
Also plays massively into the card market.
Agree.
Yep.
So yeah, sealed wax is the answer.
Yeah, I agree with sealed wax. We talk about it like you throw in a dart at the entire class rather than one particular player.
Yeah, you just got to be careful with baseball because they do make so much of it.
Is there room for F1 chatter?
There will be.
And a question coming down the line?
I think there will be.
Just feel like we need to talk Haas a little bit.
F1 soon. Yeah, we'll talk.
Shahei Gregory says, who do you guys think is the favorite in the NBA playoffs from each conference? Like, who do we expect to win, or like who the favorites are?
Yeah, wouldn't it be Suns?
Suns.
Yeah, but let's talk about who we think. Let's go with what we think. That'd be boring.
Yep.
I'm gonna go Suns, Heat. Who I think are the number one seed.
Those are the 2 1 seeds. Yeah.
But I think those are the two best teams.
Mm-hmm.
Grizzlies, Bucks.
Bucks is the other one I was gonna say. Yeah.
Grizzlies, Bucks.
I do have a nice little wager on the Nets to win the Eastern Conference. I'll say that.
I mean, they are.
Are they even going to make the playoffs?
They're locked in for the. Nice, I think it's the 10. It's the 10 seed is the last seed. They're 5 games ahead of the Knicks.
Yeah, because it's 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, they're locked in. The Nets may win the whole thing from the 10 seed.
They got to beat the.
But
Bobcats,
I got the Bucks. Bucks Suns rematch.
Charlotte, right? Oh no, the Hornets. Sorry.
Does 7 play? Is it 7, 10, 8, 9?
Correct.
Because if it's 7, that's the Cavs. We're going to get that matchup that Lou talked about.
And the Cavs just have to win one game. That's how it works, right?
It would be Cavs Nets.
Yeah, but top
is-
seed only has to win one game, and then the lower seed has to win two.
Guys. It's 10 versus 9, 8 versus 7.
Gotcha. That makes it way less exciting.
Yeah. Right now, it's Nets, Hornets versus Cavs, Hawks. Right this second, but they're all separated by like
way less exciting.
How does it work bracket wise?
They both play each other. So the 10 and the 9 play each other. The winner of that plays the loser of 7 versus 8. The winner of 7 versus 8 goes into the first round, goes into play the 2 seed.
Understood.
And then the winner of the 10 versus 9 and the loser of 7 versus whatever goes into that. It goes
single game playoffs, right?
Yeah, that's what they did with the play-in tournament. If you're the 7-8 seed, if you win 1, you're in. If you're the 10-9, you got to win 2.
Single games, right?
Yeah. If you're the 10-9, you got to win 2 to get into the regular playoffs. If you're the 7-8, you only got to win 1. But if you're the 7-8, you can lose 1 and win 1 and still get in.
Suns, Bucks.
Bucks.
I think Giannis wins it again. I'm on the Bucks to probably.
I would
win
love
it
a
again.
Bucks Mavs final. That'd be great for me.
That'd be cool.
I would love to see the Celtics win. Or the Celtics get there. I would love to see Tatum, Jalen. I like Tatum a lot. I would love to see them go, but I'm taking.
There's nothing I want less of than the Celtics to have any success in life.
All right, Colin Seibert asks, talk Mick Schumacher 2020 autos versus 2021, or is just his cards in general. Technically, his rookie is in 2021, but the 2020 will be the first set, and the fact that he's wearing a Ferrari firesuit, will that carry his prices in the long run?
I've been thinking about this for like 2 weeks now. I think it's a 2021. The thing is that the 2020 set is so iconic now that it's like it boosts it up. I think the 2021 is the better card. That's the one I'd personally rather own because he's in the Haas with the RC logo. That's what I would do. That's what I am attempting to do.
Yeah, I don't know. I own a 2020 auto, so my first that is that because it's also.
I think they're both great.
It's also the first one, but yeah, I mean the market will decide. I guess it's gonna be interesting.
I just think RC logo always wins out, just like in life. So that's where sorry, I just hit my mic. That's what I think is gonna happen.
I agree with the RC logo. I also he could become irrelevant quick.
I don't think so. He's a really good driver. He's a really good driver, and he has the bloodline. And also, let's talk.
Fourth place for a sustained amount of time is no fun for anybody.
Fourth place? I think a lot of people would sign to be fourth place every year in F1.
Yeah, sure, but like, is that going to make?
Ask Lando Norris if he wants to be in fourth place.
Yeah, bro.
I'm just saying, long term, like, there's a lot every year or every 2 years or 4 years, new people come up. Obviously, the sport, like all the media, everything. Yes, he has the bloodline, but like,
right. But also, he's not going to be on. I don't think he'll be on Haas forever. Unless Haas. This is what I want to talk about a little bit. I want to go into Haas as a podcast. I feel like we should do that. Just saying. But if Haas gets an influx of money, of American money now, if the sport really explodes like that, like he could stay. But I do think eventually he moves into a McLaren or a Mercedes or a Red Bull or a Ferrari. Ferrari,
because he's the boy.
Ferrari because his dad,
So then
That'd be crazy.
The 2020.
That makes sense, right?
Wow.
I don't know.
Kevin Magnuson's my guy as of like the last 7 days. So I just want everyone to
talk to me about why.
That.
Do you ever go on their Instagrams? Their Instagrams are awesome, dude.
He's Danish. That's why it's
are
locked in. Like he's my guy. I'm a Haas guy. He's my guy.
We're Haas
That's
guys.
it. It's a wrap. He's my guy. We are Haas guys. Rye, are you on board or are you?
I can get behind that.
It's the one American team, right? We have to do it like for country.
Sure, I'm in.
All right, good.
I'm in for national pride.
All right, great.
All right,
it has been declared.
Danny Medina.
Danny Medina says, will WWE have a bigger takeoff than F1? He's referring to the Prizm drop for this week.
Not F1. I think it has a chance to ride the UFC type wave, in my opinion, in terms of like just watching the prices, watching the singles. I think the singles is going to be interesting. I was talking to some people last week. Shout out to Card Foundation. And we were just talking about like rookies and like how all these cards are going to work, and like I don't know how it's going to be because you can kind of predict the storylines a little bit with WWE, a little bit. They have their ways, but how does that all impact the future rookie values, the singles? I think the wax is a real play. I'm gonna have to get a box or two.
Yeah, I think
Not
the big
F1
thing,
level though. Sorry.
Yeah, I think the big thing is, I think it will do the same thing Lou said. I think it's going to follow the UFC Prizm market. I think it'll follow that trajectory. But F1, when it came out, was like sub $300 a hobby box. Like it wasn't like we didn't sell a lot of it in the first place. It slowly went up over time. I think the WWE fan base first time for Prizm, like I expect it to do well. So I think it's more of like a UFC trajectory where it'll start hotter quicker and then it has long-term sustainability. It'll be interesting to see what happens though. Like Fanatics is going to take over the WWE license in 3 years, 5 years? They're going to take it over. Does that hurt or does that help Prizm, WWE Prizm?
Help.
We'll see.
We don't know what Fanatics is going to do.
Yep, we'll see. But I mean, like, if you think about it, if Fanatics doesn't ever buy Panini, Fanatics owns Topps. So Fanatics will make Topps WWE Chrome, stuff like that. They already make that now. They've already made those products. So this might be like, if Panini makes WWE Prizm for 3 years and then Fanatics takes over, these will be the 3 years you get of WWE Prizm.
We've seen the Topps bump, right? Like, was it 2016
I don't follow
Rock?
WWE enough. I don't follow it enough.
You're talking about UFC, Ty, right?
Nah, I saw some like Topps the Rock cards, like 2016.
Yeah, there's some stuff that the gold stuff's been going crazy this week.
Like there's been a bump in that.
Yeah, big time. Also, I don't know. Did we talk about this on the show? The guy that they hired. Like, I don't think Fanatics hired the Adidas guy. He was the guy.
Wexler.
Yeah, we talked about this, right?
No, I don't believe we brought it up.
If we didn't, I don't remember if we did, guys. Apologize to the listeners. But the person who designed the Easy now works for Fanatics in their trading card business. So, like, regardless of if Prizm is there or Panini is there or whatever, Topps is there, and I don't think you should expect to see the same old Topps Chrome that you've seen in the past. Like, these are going to be. This is a new product. This is a new era for cards. So, even if Prizm wasn't there, I think it'll be okay, and I think we should expect some interesting stuff coming out.
Cool. Be fun to watch. All right, let's do play of the week. Jason, we've got some good ones. All right, so let's see what we got today. So this is from. I can't even read this. That's
play of the year.
Slade ID 5 cards, I think. He says, here's my submission for play of the week. Was at a show or at a table, had a bunch of free promotional packs and other stuff. There was a whole stack of loose cards where people opened the packs and didn't want what they pulled. I took a quick look and found a Lucas Raymond rookie. I'm from Detroit, so figured I'd grab it. Why not? When I go home, happened to look up recent sales, and I couldn't believe what they were going for. I posted on eBay at the lowest available price with the best offer. I had 3 offers by the next morning and took the highest one, $40. Ryan, I see your value box plays and raise you free table plays. Thanks for the comment. Thanks for the content each week.
I'd like that move.
It's a great move. I think it's a smart move. Every show, every trade night, every time it gets ridiculous, there's definitely a lot of valuable cards left around.
Yeah,
I don't got time for it.
I'm the king of leaving base cards laying around, so yeah. I've probably done this in the past.
It's pretty good. All right, Jay, next.
I like it.
All right. This is from thatcardguy_10. It says, I wanted to submit the play of the week. I listened to the Pat Macafee show a good bit and noticed he was really likable and entering different markets. I enjoyed the show, so I figured I would see what cards he had. I checked out Beckett Marketplace, where I often find good deals on there and use it as a pseudo local card shop for value boxes.
Yep.
I found a dealer that had a Pat McAfee silver for $1.73. I thought it seemed cheap and purchased it with some other cards. I don't follow WWE, but heard this on a show that he would be wrestling at WrestleMania. So I put it on eBay and accepted an offer for $50. Not too shabby.
Nice. Beckett
pretty good.
Marketplace. Do you ever go on there, Rye?
Not a ton. If I'm looking for like certain PC cards, I'll check it out, but it's not something I check out regularly.
I love the idea of the Beckett Marketplace is like your online value box. That's cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Smart play. Big fan. Macafee cards are interesting.
Yeah, I agree. I picked up some stuff recently, and I definitely think McAfee's he's a personality. He's got cards, which is cool, but I think he's going to be known for more of what he did off of the field than he did on the field, and his personality is he's just going to continue to grow and get bigger and bigger. And he doesn't have a lot of cards to begin with, so it's definitely it'll be I'm curious to watch it in the long run.
Me too. Next.
All right, then next one.
Did you know that Pat McAfee's producer's name is Tyler Schmidt?
Yep, I did know that. And whenever I see the tweets that has him tagged in it, I think it's you because it's a similar handle.
Yeah, and I get tagged in stuff all the time.
Do you really?
Yeah, all
That's
the time.
funny.
Yeah, I feel like I need to hang with him.
You should just sit in the producer chair one day and not tell anybody that it's happening.
You just pull up.
All right, so George Seaman on IG says, "I'm a nerd and I listen to a wrestling podcast during work. I knew that Becky Lynch was going to drop her women's title at yesterday's Mania. I found a Bianca Belair Topps Chrome Gold 50 in a value box for $5 about a month ago. I posted it for $75 on Saturday morning and I sold it Sunday morning, from $5 to $75 in a month. It's pretty good."
WWE. See, this is what I'm talking about. Where like you can kind of predict these things are going to be happening. Like you can kind of tell, like, all right, they have a big pay-per-view coming up. They've been building the storyline. The champion's going to drop the title. Can I get another next person who's going to take it? You know what I mean? Love this.
Yeah, I mean,
Bianca Belair is awesome too. She's super talented.
Yeah, also gold. Gold's a really popular. I mean, it's probably the color in the hobby. So I think gold definitely helps this. If this was like green out of 99, I don't think the sales are nearly the same. I think gold definitely helps this. But I think this translates to a lot of sports, right? If you do your research and, kind of get an idea of what's coming up and what potential plays there might be, stuff like this is definitely possible. Value boxes for the win.
Always.
Right. Everything is becoming WWE. And did we acknowledge that the Tour de France
we're
got an 8-part Netflix series?
We're going to get there because I'm excited about it.
All right, next one, Jay. All right, this is from K Hicks and Cards, or KH Kicks and Cards. Submitting for Play of the Week. Was at a Xenia show, at the Xenia Pig Barn show. Ryan should know. Yes, I talked about Lou, I talked about this before in the show about the hog barn in the summer with no fans. That's this show.
You did.
I need to get to the show. You don't understand. I really.
And I noticed these were there underpriced to start at $150 each. So for those that are listening, it's a 2019 Bowman Draft Julio Rodriguez Chrome Sapphire Edition PSA 10s. There's 4 of them.
Wasn't this the first Bowman Draft Sapphire?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I think it was.
So it says, I checked comps and they were doing about $240 to $275 each. I was able to get all 4 for $500 total. Sold all 4 10 minutes later for $725 at the show to get a quick $225 profit.
$500 total. How'd you pull that off?
It's $125 a piece. It's $25 off in each. That's bulk discount. I mean, that crazy.
Same day flip, like Jay saying, same day flip is a play. I love that.
Yeah, I don't do that enough.
I'm a same day flip guy.
But it's a move.
I'm a big same day flip guy. It's also certain people can sell certain cards better than others. 1, based on what people maybe know you for. 2, based on the other cards that are in your display case and your knowledge on the things. Like you just generally
he says $240 to $275. That's $1,000 if you say $250 a piece on these. Like it's not like the other guy's gonna get smoked on these. And like again, if this guy does baseball better and has a Julio Rodriguez buyer, it's a no-brainer to him.
Agreed. And if he has some other price point stuff in and around it, it can fit in potentially better than someone else that may have all football, basketball, and then these 4 cards alone and like doesn't know much about baseball, but made an early play and made some money on them and is just looking to offboard them because he doesn't want to deal with the nickel and dime of it. But, I mean, I definitely over the years in shows, I've had opportunities where people just want to get rid of soccer because they got into it a little bit, made some money, and it's not their thing. And then I can take it to my table and I have all soccer stuff. People come in and 15-20%. I've done some of those same day flips. I love this.
Yeah, me too.
The same day flip is what got me into cards at large. When I went to the first show with Gary, one side of the thing is selling the 2 sides of the same show, same exact card, 2 different price points. I'm like, this is action. Like Hugh B. Davis said last night. Live action, Tracy. This is live action. Would have been an all-time interview if they didn't blow it.
What do you guys think about Hugh Davis?
I like him.
I like his style a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Haven't followed it enough.
Okay. I like his style. He's an interesting
I couldn't
dude.
give you an honest opinion.
Hard on the sleeve kind of guy.
Marcus Mariota.
NF Cards 12 on IG says, it says my play of the week. End of the football season, I was looking at what quarterbacks could get a shot at a starting job in free agency. I came down with 2 names who I liked, Marcus Mariota and Mitchell Trubisky. Future play of the week sub for him. I bought some autos for cheap. This Mariota I paid $35 for after shipping. So this Mariota I paid $35 for after shipping. It was a Topps clear rookie auto at a 50. It's from Tech. It's the gold auto. It says he bought it on January 28th, and I listed it once he signed with the Falcons and took an offer for $100. I made $52 after fees. The second one was a bit riskier, but I figured it's one of his Topps cards, so it was worth it. It was a Topps Chrome Refractor Sepia Gold out of 100. I won it on bids for $112 after tax. All others were listed high, so I tossed it up on eBay for $5.99 right before free agency. And when he signed, I got an offer for $400 and took it. After fees and shipping, I made $227. Free agency, definitely a great time to sell in the speculation when they sign. Yeah, I don't disagree.
Smart. I can't imagine why you'd want to buy a Marcus Mariota card, to be honest with you, but I love the play. I love the rationale. Love the way you're thinking through it. Big fan.
Yeah, big fan of the end of the season, sit down and lay down some strategy.
Yep.
There's
Gotta have plans.
many arbitrage opportunities. Gotta have plans.
Love the rationale. All right, that was the last one.
Some Magnuson ASAP. I'm buying Magnuson today.
I feel like we're going to agree here this week. Let's scroll through. Yep. It is a good week, low key.
It is.
Yeah, I like a bunch of these. Like, I'll be honest, there's 3 of them that, it's hard to argue with any of them, right? There's 3 of them that stand out to me. The Macafee one, seeing that, I like the Macafee play a lot. I like the flipping at a card show thing. I think that's cool too. But I also like the, hey, this guy's going to sign. This event is going to happen. This person's going to get an opportunity. It's the same way. I do a lot of that with the NFL draft. When the 2022 stuff comes out, hey, having autos of Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave listed on eBay. So when they get drafted, right?
Mm-hmm.
If Chris Olave goes to the Jets, Lou's looking on eBay for I need a Chris Olave auto, and you're snagging one on there. So I think it leads to plays. So
can we talk about that really quick? What you just said? Let's finish this first, and then I want to talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
I pick Julio Rodriguez. Same day flip.
I like the Julio Rodriguez. I think this is an amazing play. That's a good looking card. I'm all for the same day flip. I would take the Mariota play. I like the speculating on hey, this is gonna happen. He's gonna a shot's coming with him.
Style, right?
Yeah, I just that takes a little bit more work, and that's something that somebody's not even looking at. Nobody's even thinking about Marcus Mariota in January. Nobody.
You're not wrong.
I have to go with the same day flip.
That's Ty style. That's what got him into the show. Like, if you know your audience, it's easy.
It's
Like,
true.
That's
It's
Ty.
true. You could totally appeal to individuals.
And this is a great play. I can't argue this play. This is a good play.
And it's baseball. And I'm clawing back a little of just my disdain for the sport based on some key indicators separating signal from noise in what it means to the culture. And the same day flip, you can't beat. I do like the random left field. I'm just going to go Marcus Mariota when there's probably 3 people trading Marcus Mariota in the world right now. Yeah, I know. I was like, what? But it goes to show that if you put in the work, eBay alone is just pure gold that you can find on there. But I got to go with the old same day flip, cross with baseball. Nice work. Kicks and cards.
Shout out to KH Kicks and Cards. Just to be clear, though, I think we should probably address this, that might be 5 different winners from the state of Ohio.
That's true. I
had a conversation about Cleveland last night. Oh, the state of Ohio is haunting me.
Going forward in every hear this, future Player of the Week submission people. You need to include what state you're from, and if you're from Ohio, you're not going to win. I just want you to know. I'm sick of it.
The OHIO.
The pipeline is out of control.
The number 1 quarterback coming to Happy Valley this year. All right, and we're gonna come into Columbus.
College football. I can't wait. I forgot what I wanted to talk about. So
you want to talk about the Chris Olave, that kind of thing?
Yes, thank God you said that. Okay, cool.
That's a good pull.
What I wanted to say on that was that's also a game of percentages, right? You don't need to make 75% on that card. You really only want to make 30 because you have to cover your fees and then you want to make a little scratch on top, right? I love that.
Yeah.
I love the idea of just a little bit of a bump. And if you could do that at scale, that plays.
Yeah, again, it just repetition. You buy a bunch of the 2020. That was always been my thing. Products are different now because we're so far behind in the release calendar. Prizm draft picks or elite draft picks or something would have normally been out by the time the draft comes around. But there's always a QB that'll go somewhere. When the Patriots take a guy, they're like, oh, this is the next Tom Brady. We're buying this guy. Even if it's a guy you never heard of before, those opportunities are always there, and you have the stuff and you have it listed ready to transact, and you see that potential coming. I think it leads to a play. That's why I was so big on the Mariota play.
Love it. I love it.
All right, so
we should talk about the tour. I'm supposed to go over there right now, as it currently stands, for a week. I think it's July 7th to the Alps. As they come through there, I'm going to try a lot of different things. I'm really going to try to be on the side with the Card Talk sign.
That'd be huge.
Just in the Alps.
What if you cause a gigantic accident?
I know. That's what I'm debating. Do we go for the accident? Do we go the old pull the stunt?
I think that person ended up in prison.
Did they really?
For the brand, right? I might,
you got to make some sacrifices.
I'm fairly confident they got prison time for that.
Yeah, they did. Now I don't have to go that aggressive, but maybe I can just do the old, Big Daddy, throw the stick
Jay
out.
Said for sure did. I didn't know people got serious. All right, I take back my excitement a little bit, but I didn't know it was that crazy.
But here we are talking about that guy. Imagine if it was a Card Talk sign.
True.
It doesn't say anything about jail on here. It says she was fined 1,200 euros.
1,200 euros?
We got that in our marketing budget.
Listen, we could split that up amongst the 3 of us for the exposure. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Tour de France drops a lawsuit against a woman that caused crash. So yeah, she didn't go to jail.
That's fake news. Jay strikes again. People got seriously hurt. For sure.
If you don't think that would have been the most popping episode in the Netflix series, what are we talking about? It's WWE. Should be a lot of drama. I can already see it now. Little gray area. Maybe someone gets caught doping mid-season.
They're still doing that in cycling, right?
I mean, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Agree.
They're definitely doing that blood spinning oxygen, whatever 100%. Machine that Kobe was doing.
Right. If you don't think that athletes are actively finding ways to skirt around the rules in every single sport, you've you're confused.
The good news is we have this on record. So when you guys bring up the Patriots and they're cheating and all this shit, I don't want to hear any more about it anymore because you guys just said if you ain't cheating,
Okay,
you
so
ain't
you
trying.
just
Wait.
admitted to
You think I care about the
Patriots
Patriots anymore?
Got it. So you agree that the Patriots are pure cheaters,
True.
filming other teams practice, using mics.
No, I
deflating
disagree. You guys
balls,
just bring
like are
you guys just bring it
blatant
up.
cheaters.
Did you not see the
but
reports about the Patriots and the NFL and how the NFL covered that up? I'm just saying. Did you not see it?
Did the Patriots get caught setting up cameras to film other teams' practices?
I'm not sure. I'm not a Patriot. I don't work for the Patriots. I don't know what happened. That's
Got
kind of
Oh my god, you're so annoying, bro. But also, like, who cares about the Patriots? They're irrelevant now.
It's more relevant. The Patriots or the Jets?
For me,
Patriots.
the Jets.
Who's more irrelevant or relevant? The Jets are
Relevant.
far more relevant. They're from New York City.
True.
There's more people in the world that know who the Jets are than the Patriots.
Patriots are a pretty big brand.
It's the New York Jets, bro. More people still know about Joe Namath.
Jay, put that on Car Talk IG. Let the people vote on that.
Tom Brady
is
matters,
the more
Ty.
popular brand, the Jets
Tom
or
Brady
the
may
Patriots?
matter because he wears good outfits, but if you walk around Paris, I bet more people know what the Jets are than the Patriots.
That's
no
a take.
chance. No chance. They might
But
ask you. If it's an
let's not get
airplane.
away. Let's focus on the point.
Go to a
Patriots are
random
irrelevant.
village in Geneva, whatever, Switzerland. People know the Jets more than the Patriots.
No way. No chance. Tom Brady played for the Patriots. They know Tom Brady.
Bro, the Patriots lost to the Giants twice in the Super Bowl.
And won
More people know about the David Tyree.
6. 1-6.
How many of those were tainted by
Joe
cheating?
Namath called a shot.
Among
Yeah,
other
when was
things
that?
we don't talk about on this show.
50 years ago?
What's wrong with 50
Patriots
years
have
ago?
4.4 million followers on Instagram. The Jets have under 1 million.
That hurts
No
your
chance.
argument, Ty. That one hurt, Ty.
There's no chance. There's 4
That one
times
hurt,
as many
Ty.
people that know about the Patriots.
4.4 is like also not that much. So guess what?
You know what
Gary has more than 2x the Patriots.
And you know what?
He talks about the Jets all the time.
Jets don't even have 1 million.
In a world where the Patriots have
Who's going to get you 1 million
4.4,
first? Like PSA, or Panini, like one of these card accounts, or are they going to be like the Jets? Like I'm not sure at this point. The Jets are bad. They don't even have 1 million. That's terrible.
It's irrelevant. The Jets are more known than the Patriots around the world.
That is crazy.
More people know what the New York Jets are. Yes.
Jets 1.2 million on Twitter, thanks to a certain company.
Ask the listeners. No is the answer. No chance. All right. Latest launch. We got to wrap. Latest launch. We talked about our WWE Prizm. That's the big one.
I stand firm. It's because they've won. That's why they have followers.
We need to move on. You got caught in a mousetrap with the social followers. We need to move on.
Yeah, I don't care about the social followers. I'm talking about around the world.
It's bad. We need to move on. WWE Prizm.
You got Topps Star Wars Masterworks. You've got Panini Stars and Stripes Baseball, Upper Deck Goodwin Champions, and Prizm Draft Picks Collegiate Basketball. So a couple things stand out here, right? Obviously, WWE Prizm is going to be the big release, but there's two other things I see on this list. Prizm Draft Picks Collegiate Basketball is interesting, considering the season's closer to over than it is since it started. That's usually a beginning of the year product, and here we are towards the end, and it's not out yet. That's Cade Cunningham, Evan Mobley, and those guys in college uniforms. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out with pro products already out, because it's typically not like that. And then the other one is Goodwin Champions. I posted an Alex Morgan on my story or my page yesterday. It was an exquisite RPA. These are I think Upper Deck does a really good job with Goodwin Champions. They put cool, unique stuff like that in there. You can also pull like a dog, what is it called? Like a patch card, like a, I don't even know the right word for it, but they've got like saber-toothed tiger teeth and like, it's all sorts of different character and oddball stuff, but it's also got exquisite RPAs and things like that. I'm looking on here, see if I can find anything. Yeah, so look for the always intriguing new selection of signers. Below is a list of just some of the notable names. Coco Gauff, Sabrina Ionescu, Chloe Kim, Jonathan Kuminga, Naomi Osaka, Ali Rushman, and more.
Carlos Alcaraz is the biggest name that everyone needs to pay attention to in And I would actually just disagree that Coco Gauff is the GOAT. Women's tennis is having so much turnover. As a Emma Raducanu super fan, to be good in women's tennis is incredibly hard right now. Emma Raducanu hasn't even got out of the second round of a tournament since she won the U.S. Open. Carlos Alcaraz is the best young prospect in all of tennis since Rafa Nadal.
Who?
This dude, Carlos Alcaraz, 18-year-old Spanish dude, phenom, full-on phenom. If you've listened this far, I don't even know what his card situation is. I know NetPro DMs us every other day trying to fire it back up. But Carlos Alcaraz.
That was a shot.
Well, I'm waiting for them to fire Carlos Alcaraz. He just won the Miami Open, which is the biggest non-major. He's a clay court player. Yep. He's the youngest to do it. He's the youngest top 20 player since
he has no cards.
Maybe 25 years. He came in the semis at the Indian Wells, which is another. He's the youngest dude to win the Miami Open since Rafa. He's one of the hottest young prospects in all of sports. That good.
Sometimes
age and skill. Okay.
I love.
I'm with you. I'm here.
But he's 18 years old. He's the number 11 men's tennis player in the world. He in the last year he went from 141st to 11th.
You mean skill wise, he's one of the hottest prospects in sports.
What he can do at his age in the professional level compared across all sports, what people are doing at that age.
I'm with you.
He is phenom.
I'm there. I thought you meant fame level. I've never heard of this.
No, not fame.
Okay. Yeah,
what I'm trying to say is if I don't know. Remember,
I get what
the best 18-year-old player in the NBA, and how good are they comparatively to the top people? Is what
it's Zion coming out of high school from a skill perspective and a talent perspective, not a fame perspective.
Correct. I'm not talking about fame at all.
Yeah.
I'm going there because people don't realize, but he's the best young prospect in tennis since Nadal, currently in front of our eyes, and we're about to go through all the majors this year. And I think that someone's going to listen to this and find some way to make some nice arb on Carlos Alcaraz.
Love that. Love that.
All right, it's a wrap.
What a show. It's been a pleasure.
Cool.
Peace.
Sounds
See you guys
good.
next week.
11 on the nose.
Peace, guys.
Love that.